Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pandaphil Plays, and welcome to Bench Review. So here we are, episode 3 at Daisy Gardens. I am going to be honest, this is my least favourite playground. However, I think the benches here may have improved this area that little bit more. Just a little bit. But before I get started, we are sponsored. Yes, that's right. This is an unofficial sponsor. We are sponsored by the Toontown Central Benches. They put their jelly beans together to let you know that they are the finest benches to sit on. They have been reviewed by the wonderful Pandaphil Plays bench review, and it has been certified that they are good benches to sit on. So thank you, Toontown Central Benches, for sponsoring this video. But anyway, let's actually get to business. Let's test out these benches at Daisy Gardens. We need to sit on them, we need to review them, and we need to give them a rating. So let's head on over to our very first bench. So here is our first bench. I'm going to be honest, this is not a great start for this playground. I already don't like it, and this is not a great bench. So the view is not great. There is not a lot going on here. It's within the maze, so the view is the maze. But let's sit on it. Like it's a good bench. It feels comfy. I do like the colours of the Daisy Garden benches, but the view is just terrible. I really don't like this. I appreciate that the maze hasn't got a lot going for it anyway, and you want to put a bench in to make it more interesting, but this bench is no good. There's no view. I'm sorry. I really don't like this bench. This is a first. Yeah, I don't like this bench. This bench can go. It can leave. Sorry, bench. I do appreciate you all, but yeah, it's not a good location for you. You deserve better, bench. Now, bench number 2 is a big improvement. It just looks so beautiful. I think this is the most beautiful bench I have seen. It has the lovely flowers next to it. It's by the trolley. It's such a wonderful location, and it looks so good. I love this bench in its appearance. It's very beautiful. This is a massive step up from the first bench in the maze. But what are the views like? Is it an improvement? Let's take a seat and find out, because I'm a little bit worried that it may not be that much better. Now, I've got to tell you, the beauty matches the comfort. It is so comfy to sit here. I feel very relaxed. It's a lovely space to sit on. However, the view isn't great. It's much better than the maze. The maze, you can only see the walls of the maze. Here you're quite restricted. You're mainly seeing the pathway in certain angles, but it's still a good bench, don't get me wrong. I do really like this bench. It's just the views are a little bit restricted, which is a real shame, because it is such a wonderful, beautiful looking bench. It's great. Just the view is not the best. Now for bench number 3. Again, a wonderful looking space. It has a lovely fountain in front of it. I do wonder whether that will affect the viewing a little bit. But it looks very good. I really like this bench so far. And it means that you can look straight into the street.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry.
Teams will be heading towards the Sailbot HQ. So good luck to them. Now, let's take a seat on this. Now, this bench is a little bit wet. That's probably because of the splashing from the fountain, which may be a little bit of an issue. But another thing, again, it seems to be a continuous issue in Daisy Gardens, is the view. I mean, look at this. I'm shaking so much. What's going on? But no matter what I do with the view, it's never any good. It's very awkward views, but it's still a good bench. The views again are an issue. Okay, so let's talk about these benches. there is a big issue here with the view. The views are not great. I think the main thing about the Daisy Garden benches is that if you are looking at yourself, it is very aesthetically pleasing. They are absolutely wonderful. However, if you're wanting to look around you, the views are really not good, and that's going to have a massive effect on the ratings of these benches, which is a real shame because they look beautiful, which is perfect for this playground. However, if you're wanting to change the view away from yourself, they're not that great. The views are very awkward, and I'm really not a fan of them, and it sort of matches my disliking towards this playground anyway. Which could be a bit of a bias, but I think we can all agree that the views aren't great unless you're looking at yourself. And at that point, it becomes very pleasing to the eye, especially the one by the trolley games. But let's get on with the ratings. So, bench number 1, the maze bench. I'm going to be really harsh here. I'm going to say I'm going to say 1 jelly bean out of 10. That's how much I dislike it. The view's not great, and it's just an awkward place for it. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. I'm sorry. Sorry, bench. I do love you, but you're just in the wrong place. Bench number 2, the trolley games bench. I am going to give that a 5 jelly beans out of 10. It is wonderful to look at. It's very beautiful. It's just very awkward for the view. So yeah, again, these are all going to be affected by the views. Finally, bench number 3, the fountain bench. I am going to give that a 3 jelly beans out of 10. Again, I know these are all really harsh, but the views are really a massive factor to this. As much as they are very comfortable, and as much as they are very pleasing to the eye when you're looking at yourself, the view is a big factor for me. And if the views do not match up and they're very awkward, it's going to get a low rating. You can hate me as much as you want for that. I'm the bench reviewer here. So there you go. Bench review episode 3, reviewing Daisy Gardens. It's a real shame because these benches are very, very awkward, and to be honest, I wouldn't really want to sit on them that often unless I wanted to take a picture of myself on these benches. Then that's a great thing for it because they are very beautiful, especially the trolley games bench and the fountain bench. But overall, they're just not great benches, and I really think that these benches should be moved somewhere else in Daisy Gardens so that there is a more appreciation for these benches, so you can get a better view and you can actually look at other toons. And that's a big thing for me. I really want to just watch other toons, see how they're interacting with others, what they're doing. I think that has a big impact on these benches. They're not just there to sit on or take pictures of yourself, but actually you can look around the playgrounds and just appreciate the movement that's going on and be very present with it. Yeah, this is getting deep, but it matters to me, and I think the benches should be moved. That's all I've got to say. The benches should be moved into a different location on Daisy Gardens. I would give some suggestions, but I honestly don't know because there's so much going on in Daisy Gardens. It's very difficult to find an appropriate place where the views aren't going to be so restricted. But that is all from me. There will be some more bench reviews coming because I know that 1 or 2 of you really care about these bench reviews. I'm so affirmative of myself. But in the meantime, have a great morning, a great afternoon, and a great evening, and I will see you all next time. Bye!